All right, family. Black Power. Black Power is the truth hour with General Sarasu Steady Kick back. Get your mind ready for some information that's guaranteed to be heavy. We got another fire presentation at this present time. We're talking about Mutantnoid content creators are in on the FBA, not out of Africa, Psyop. They feeding off of them. They all in cahoots, family. All of them is in cahoots, man. The whole damn planet. It's going to be a fire presentation. Stay with me before we get started. I want you to get on over there to my Patreon. We got that file up there right now. I want you to get up there and get it. We talking about how the elites worship ancient Egypt through Freemasonry. We talking about the Washington Monument. We talking about the Egyptian rooms that they got in the Masonic lodges. Yes, indeed. We got the Imhotep Zosia statues in Los Angeles, Masonic temple up there. We're going to be talking about that. Go to Patreon, click the link at the top of the link. Also, KingSeti.com, official General Seti product, t-shirts, hoodies, DVDs, African and Kemetic jewelry. Click that link, get over there. You can become a member of General Seti, Cyrus Seti's YouTube page, access exclusive material and videos. Click and become a member. Also, make sure you like this video, give it a thumbs up, like it because you love it. Share it with your family and friends and comment. Just don't say nothing stupid because you will get banned. You know what I'm noticing? And been noticing it. You see, they come with these ops. You see, we got a lot of ops out there today. You feel me? They come with they're not out of Africa. You see what I'm saying? Not out of Africa. Mary Lefowitz. You understand when they're coming on that Mary Lefowitz shit, not out of Africa. You see, so we got a lot of pale mutantnoid content creators. You understand? How the fuck is somebody without melanin gonna tell you about what ain't come out of Africa? One thing we know, what ain't come out of Africa is the mutantnoid. You see, but we got a lot of mutantnoids on, and they letting this shit, you know, and they know, you know, I'm gonna put that body work on them. You know, I'm gonna put that body work on them, and just like I do these negroids. You got mutantnoids and you got negroids. You understand? Very similar to a damn what they call them, a hemorrhoid, a mutantnoid, a negroid, and a damn what they call them, hemorrhoids. You see what I'm saying? That's all they is. You understand what I'm saying? We got to expose these motherfuckers for what they is. And so, yeah, I got a lot of, you know, I'm looking up and I say, God damn, everybody is saying the same thing. Even the pale Neanderthals. Content that, quote unquote, feeding off the conscious community. Y'all like that. You see? Y'all like that. Y'all like to be able to go to the mutantnoid content creators. And even though they know good goddamn well, they don't know what the fuck they talking about. Even he know he ain't got no place in Africa. He ain't got no place in Africa. So he's salty. You see what I'm saying? Because he know damn well, based on the UV and the temperatures in Africa, he ain't got no place. So he not trying to. He know that's a damning you know, a damning statement to say everybody, you know, civilization come out of Africa. That's very damning for them. So they don't, you know, they feel left out, and so they're gonna be in denial any which way it go. But how these pieces of the puzzle fit together, how they in camaraderie. You see what I'm saying? Everybody is against Africa. And I had to say to myself, what is fucking scaring the world to that point where everybody is got something, you know, some negativity. One way or another, if it ain't the peoples, it's the history. They got something against Africa in a very a sadistic way. You see, in a very sadistic way. One of the main reasons, and you know, a lot of people, you know, these pale content creators claiming to be indigenous. They claim to be indigenous. They claim to be, and then they speak about all this, you know, the blackness and shit. But motherfucker, you ain't black. You can't even show you come from blackness. You see what I'm saying? But they sitting up here teaching to black people about what black is and what black isn't. You see what I'm saying? And you thawed out Ice Cube. You see what I'm saying? You're thawed out, you know, you're thawed out Iceman. You see what I'm saying? And you sitting here and you wasn't even around when history was being made. You wasn't even here and teaching on these things, and you wasn't even here. You just crawled out the cave. Damn near maybe 2,000 years, maybe 4,000 at the most. 4,000 at the most. You crawled out the cave about 2,000 in BC. You understand what I'm saying? Then you come into history and you crawl, you're still crawling. You see what I'm saying? They had to put the board on your back, stand you up, and so you can walk upright. You wasn't even walking upright. Many walking upright today. We seen the family that walked on all fours, so we know we're not just saying some shit because we know they did the documentary. And a lot of people can't say, you know, they hurt them because when they see these people and then you look up on the wall and your pale Christ, you understand, look like these people who walking on all fours. You're in a dilemma. You're in a goddamn dilemma. You're in a goddamn dilemma. You understand what I'm saying? Because you see the Neanderthal on all fours and then your Christ pale Christ look just like him. You're in a dilemma. You're in a fucking dilemma. And so, yeah, and a lot of people don't want to come out the trick bag. They don't even want to come out the trick bag. They stay in the bag. You understand? Even when the facts is presented, you know, in front of them, they still stay in the, addicted. You understand? Addicted to nonsense and falsehood and falsification. Addicted to the shit. You see, because you didn't talk so long the fabricated information. And so you just stood on, you just stood on this nonsense all 10 toes. And now when you get adjusted and shit, your ego won't allow you to accept the truth. So you rather to continue to lie to the people. And it's a lot of, and what's crazy, anytime you find yourself, you know, I'm not in agreement with nobody because the truth stands alone. You see what I'm saying? I don't, what's happening is the Neanderthal agree with us. You see what I'm saying? He didn't accept the terms of reality. He didn't accept, many of them have accepted the terms of reality. You see what I'm saying? They have accepted that black people are the authors of all civilization on the planet. They have accepted that. You see what I'm saying? But many of them, you know, this is their way of, trying to come through the back door. And so you got a lot of content creators, pale content creators, Mutantnoid content creators, you understand, making, pretending like they down. And then we got Negroes that allow them to be down. You got Negroes that allow them to be down. They can be in the Hebrew Israelites. You see, some of these conscious, they can do the little occult. You understand, with them and shit and this, that, and the third. And y'all all right with it, bust a couple raps on a track with a motherfucker and shit and this, that. I see where you niggas is going. See, and so they're slowly trying to assimilate, you understand, black people into this, this mirage that all people can finally work together. It's a lie. You see, it's a lie. They're trying to get you to let your guards down. That's what they're trying to give you to forfeit your divinity, your black divinity. That's what they're trying to do, to get you to forfeit your godship. You see what I'm saying? And come down to the level of a brute. A brute. I mean, that's what you're the divine. You see, that's why we don't start with no. We just start in 1800, nigga. Please, yes, we love our immediate ancestors. Love them. We couldn't even be here. We honor them, the toil, but the resilience of our people is an ancient resilience, nigga. You're not gonna trap me in no motherfucking lamp, nigga. So you can be the man. See, you have to understand these tricks. Okay, I want you to know this. The genie in the lamp. People know. I didn't want to taught y'all that. You understand what I'm saying about the genie? That's a military tactic. It's mythological, but it's real in a sense. You see, that's just like the book. The book is the lamp today. You see, and just like the genie trapped in the lamp, your soul and spirit is trapped in books and ideologies. And the man who create the ideology, create the book, is your master. And you understand? And you can't get out unless he let you out. You see what I'm saying? You can't get out unless he let you out. So y'all niggas is isolationists. Y'all go and y'all trap yourself in these ideologies, you know, and can't, you know, but we are a global people that are connected to the universe. When you connected to the universe, you can't be isolated in no motherfucker, because I am that I am, nigga. I am that I am, Neanderthal, Mutantnoid. You can't come in here and define, define. What is you talking about? I'm beyond you. The hell you gonna sit up here and say, well, have you ain't even in no position to say what Africa is and what Africa ain't. You ain't even in no position. Sit down, throw out. You understand? Quit perpetrating the fraud. Because just like when Solomon came in, wait a minute. Let me tell you, Neanderthal. Let me go on and tell you, because I'm gonna break this down just like when they came into Egypt. I'm gonna tell you what the Egyptian priest told him. I'm gonna tell you. Let me tell you, this arrogant Greek came, I believe it was a Greek, came into Egypt. Acting like some of these content creators. I'm gonna tell you. Yeah, here you go. Okay, we talking about old Solomon. You see, and it says the statement comes from the ancient Egyptian priest speaking to Solomon as recorded by Plato, and it is one of the most famous passages in Greek literature. Okay, source of the quote. It says, "O Solomon, you Greeks will always be children. You're always children." You understand what I'm saying? This is what the Egyptian told the Greek. "Oh, Solomon, you Greeks are always children. There is not an old man among you." And when it says old man, it's speaking in the concept of wisdom. Y'all were all, and it didn't say that they could get out of that paradigm. You see, you were always, the priest was not insulting the Greeks as unintelligent. He was speaking about historical memory and record keeping. You see, the priest explained that Greeks suffer many, but this is what they say. The Greeks suffer many catastrophes, floods, fires, wars. These events destroyed Greek records. Each time Greek civilization had to start all the way over. Egypt, by contrast, was protected by the Nile, preserved records in temples, remembered events going back thousands of years. So he checked him and said, "Look here, lay down, sit down, Neanderthal. Sit down, Mutantnoid. You don't run nothing over here. Y'all don't have an ancient memory. Y'all don't have no ancient memory. Y'all just started just yesterday. So every time they get, here comes something and they got to start all over. Here in the Nile Valley already 10, 20,000 years recorded history, and you ain't even you can't even get a good couple hundred years before you got to start all the way over. You're feeble-minded. And so this is what we had to tell these content creators today. Y'all can't come in here and teach. You're regurgitating some Negro then gave to you and told you this is what you say, but you go and get with somebody that, you know what I'm saying, you could deal with. You don't come over here and let me put the flamethrower on you, because it's going to be a Reynolds wrap. I'm going to put you in the oven like a baked potato, motherfucker, and we're going to put your ass on charred broil. You see what I'm saying? We're going to put we're going to turn the motherfucker up. Goddamn, the fucking oven going to goddamn blow up. Goddamn, we're going to turn it all the way up on y'all. And so we had to explain to them, who we are. You feel me? You didn't exist. Wait a minute. When did the pale? Okay. We got to understand. When did the pale, man? We got to find out when he. Come on, goddamn it, chat. Talk to me, man. Come on, chat. Tell me when these mutantnoids come from. They saying goddamn it from 30 to 30,000 to 8,000 goddamn. So that's about right. Pale light. So y'all motherfuckers ain't even been on the goddamn. They saying they can go back damn near 300,000 years with black people, and even further 300,000. So y'all can possibly 8,000 years. How can you compare? You can't even compare. That's why they don't want to deal with the writing and the history, because they so far behind. It don't make no fucking sense. Y'all ain't never caught up. Motherfucker, you got a whiff of civilization. You can't get it right now. Can't get it right now. And you just like Solomon, because y'all destroy shit. You understand what I'm saying? Y'all destroy shit. Y'all blow up the fucking, the nations. Look at fucking Ukraine today. Look what Russia did. Look what they did to many of the nations in World War II. Look what they do in Vietnam. Look, they blow up shit. You see what I'm saying? So they ain't into no preservation. So this is what they say. So the ancestral human condition, the original human skin color was dark. Dark skin is the default African state, optimized for high UV radiation, protection of folate. All non-Africans descend. Well, this is where I'm not gonna go there with that. When light skin mutations appeared after humans migrated out of Africa around 60, 70,000, key timeline 40 to 30,000. So listen to that. So they talking about. So you talking about, and based on this timeline, that means that when African people went into Europe today, what is Europe, Asia, around 60, 70,000 years. So they was in them lands and shit, damn near 30, 40,000 years before they even mutated. That's how we know we the original now. We know we the first people on the soil. You see what I'm saying? For a long time. So we know that. That's what I said. You see, that don't mean you necessary because you went. They saying, and I'm not saying these people because I just not giving them no connection. You understand what I'm saying? You done violated. Fuck you. You's a monkey. That's the way I'm gonna leave it. You can keep the monkey theory. You feel what I'm saying? Once you the one, you done violated. So that's what you can get to keep what you yourself created. Okay, so early light skin associated mutations began appearing in Eurasia 15,000 to 8,000 years ago. Light skin becomes common due to low UV environments, vitamin D selection in agriculture, and diet changes. I don't know what kind of diet that was, but that was a fucked up diet. Key genes involved in important. So we understand. Well, I just wanted to get to that point. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to get to that point. How the fuck do y'all know what ain't come out of Africa? And you ain't even on the scene, motherfucker. How long was we in Africa before we left? Okay, let's see. Let's deal with that. Trying to be quick with this. Look at that. Africans lived in Africa for at least 200 to 300,000 years before any major permanent migration out of Africa. Some some evidence suggests even earlier roots. God damn, and goddamn chat GPT throwing a motherfucker a goddamn alley oop. Say goddamn it could even be longer than that. Where you at? Where y'all at? Could even be longer than that. Yeah, it could even be longer than that. So what they saying, Homo sapiens emerged in Africa around 300,000 years ago, oldest, but see, here they go with this oldest fossil near Morocco. You see, one of the near Morocco, 300,000 to 315, that's still us. And then you got Omo Kabish, Ethiopia, 195,000 years. Humans live, evolve, and diversify entirely in Africa during this time. You hear that? Humans lived and evolved and diversified entirely in Africa during this time. Out of Africa, attempts failed or limited. 180,000 to 120,000 small groups left Africa into the Levant. They got some different bones. These groups did not permanently populate Eurasia. They died out or returned. So they went out there and seen it was some bullshit. Then they came. Successful global migration about 70,000 to 60,000 years ago. A small African population left Africa. This group is the ancestor of all non-Africans today. We just gonna listen to this now. Cause they ain't saying they came. They came from a mute. See, the thing is, if you went and mutated, motherfucker, you became a whole lot of motherfucking things before you became the permanent, thing that you are today. It's a whole lot of mutations in between. If it was that way, it's still so. The African is not your mom and daddy. The mutations is your mom and daddy. You see what I'm saying? Ain't no goddamn I'm just saying based on that. They keep acting like no, you're not from you from the mutants. And it could be from between the African and whatever they say out there. Man, it could be hundreds, if not hundreds of mutations, thousands of mutations till you get to what you see today, if that's what it is. And bullshit happens. You see what I'm saying? Some bullshit can happen. You see what I'm saying? Some bullshit can happen, but you didn't come from us. You came from the mutations, and it could be 100 to 1,000 mutations in between the African and whatever went out there. And I don't believe that because goddamn, man, it's a myth. You got to believe it. Nobody actually documented that. You see what I'm saying? And so as they continue to change the story over and over and over and over again. That's why that's on y'all. We know where we come from. That's on you to find out, if you ever find out. And so it's easier for you to latch on and people use all of it. And once a motherfucker diss Africa, you don't get a chance to get back on the team. Fuck you, nigga. Go with the monkey shit. Shit, that's what you created. Live in your own cesspool. You feel me? So how long Africans were in Africa first, that time they're talking about atomically modern humans in Africa 300,000 years ago. Africans before first exit, 200,000 plus years. Africans before successful global migration, 230,000 years. So, that's a long motherfucking time before a mute. Man, y'all motherfuckers is in trouble, man. That's incriminating information. That's incriminating information, man. 300,000 years or more went by before you even came on the scene. You see what I'm saying? Before you even came on the scene. Yeah. So we in the house, family. We explaining. We can't have these pale content creators telling us about what ain't come out of Africa. You don't fucking know. You just came out the cave just a few thousand years ago. Stop it. Real talk. Stop this shit. And the fact that all of them getting together, that show an ass whooping, man. They didn't, man, endure a devastating ass whooping, man. All these groups, the Pan-African community put that ass whooping down. on that intellectualism on their ass. Everybody is in despair. Y'all motherfuckers in despair. I appreciate y'all, family. I want y'all to get over there to Patreon. We got, yeah, of course, manipulation. I accept that too. I accept that too. You feel what I'm saying? I'm with that too. Get over there to Patreon. Why the elite of America worship ancient Egypt through Freemasonry. We got that fire over there. Oh, okay. Okay, that's a nice information you dropped down there. I'm going to check into that. Get over to Patreon, KingSeti.com. I'll be right, Black family. We're going to keep it moving for this evening. This is General Sarasu Seti saying, hey, arm yourself with knowledge. Bang on that wicked ass beast daily liberation through African education and confrontation. Boom. Black Pop.